What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And this one wants to talk about something very important for Tesla and the market. But let me first say that I am not a financial planner. Take nothing I say as financial advice. And don't forget about the Weeble link. The offer ends in just a couple of hours. Deposit $500 and you're guaranteed 20 free stocks. Anyways, when it comes to the market, I want to call out something very, very important. Looking at SPY, this thing's approaching this 510 resistance. It's a very tough resistance up here, but notice that SPY was pumping, and what is Tesla doing? It's down 1%, looking relatively weak. We also saw the QQQ trying to hold up. It actually is approaching 442, the exact resistance we called out. But despite that, Tesla is still in the red, showing some weakness this morning. So what's going on with this? The manufacturing numbers ended up coming out. Some of them are kind of weak. You guys can see this for the new orders. Manufacturing orders were below expectations. Prices were very close to expectations. And the Michigan data was, for the most part, kind of close. So we had some negative data and some okay data overall. The market still popped as this came out, but Tesla is still in the red. Tesla's still down 1%. So what is the formation on Tesla? Like I said earlier, Tesla tried to break 205 3 times. It failed once, twice, and then 3 times. And then we also happen to have this left shoulder here. We have a head up here. And we also have a potential right shoulder like formation here. So just for like the super immediate term, I know that a lot of people are zooming out of the chart saying it looks different, but I'm just zooming in into the hourly, looking at the last couple of days, and Tesla is looking kind of weak right now. Right, when you have triple tops like this, sometimes you get these rejections where we get this big drop, and we're seeing something very similar on Tesla's setup right here. So about Tesla, watch 200 as resistance. It's been shuffling for the most part, but one thing that's not a very good sign is the fact that the QQQ and SPY have been pumping. They're green, but Tesla's still in the red. Watch critical support. We did try to hold around 198.5, so watch that. We're also shuffling around 199.8. It's very minor support, but Tesla's still looking relatively weak, so be careful. Especially going into next week, there is some weakness on this chart, so be very, very careful. Especially if we lose 198, a bigger drop is most likely coming, and there's a high probability of that going into next week, so be careful with this triple top rejection. Now, on the other hand, there's SPY. SPY is looking pretty decent. We're testing 510 exactly as predicted. 510 has come. So we'll see if SPY could break this or not. If we break past this, we could shoot much higher. But so far, it's kind of struggling. The last time we hit this high, I think we just broke the all-time high. Last time we reached the SPY did reject. So we'll see if SPY could try to hold this or not. Watch 510, it's a very, very big test. If we do reject, watch the previous resistance becoming support. So we could actually retrace to about 509.25 or so if we end up getting a rejection, followed by 508.5. But overall, SPY is still fighting 510. We'll see if we can break this to get to higher levels. Can we get it all the way up to like 510.5 and 511? We'll have to wait and see. The next critical level is going to be 512 if we do end up getting a breakout. So watch SPY carefully. It has some potential. It's fighting in this 510 area, but it's a tight resistance, so just be careful. For the QQQ, same thing. This thing broke out to the exact level we called out at 442. If it comes back down, watch 441 as minor support, followed by 440. For resistance, watch 442 and then 443.5. Overall, the QQQ is kind of fighting at this 442 area. It's very tough. So we'll see how this thing does. This is what we were talking about at 440 had broken. This is the exact level. And we'll see how it does right here. It's a tight resistance. If it fails, it's going to come back to where this breakout was right here, this 440.5 area. So watch it very carefully. We'll see if we reject or not. Overall, it's still struggling at 442, so just be careful. On Nvidia, Nvidia broke out. It hits this resistance. We actually went all the way up to about 810, just under 810. So far, not bad from Nvidia, but now we have some tight resistance to be watching for as we approach this 807 zone. So be very careful. We'll have to see how Nvidia does. 807 is the actual resistance zone, at least historically. And we'll see how well Nvidia holds above this. If we do get a rejection, we could retest 800. If we fail, we might just shuffle up here. So just be careful. This is where we have resistance. So we'll see if Nvidia rejects or not. If we do break past this, there's 810 and 812 coming. Otherwise, we just shuffle around the 800 to 807 range. Then for Apple, Apple's looking a little bit bearish. We're just barely above 178. We'll see how well that could hold. If we do fail at 178, there's going to be a risk of it coming all the way down to the previous level, all the way down here to about one. I'm going to be watching basically 177.5, followed by 176.5. If we lose 178, there's a high probability of 176.5 if we end up losing that. So I'd be very careful on Apple. So we'll see how well this could hold. 178 is going to be a critical support. Apple is looking relatively weak though, so just be very careful with the charts. And this is what we're seeing with this potential downtrend that is perpetuating. So, with that being said, just know that Apple's looking relatively weak. Watch 177.5 to 178 as support. Watch resistance at 177, and it's still weak. So that could slow things down for the markets. Just be very careful. With that being said, guys, for Tesla, just be careful with this triple top formation that is formed on the chart. We're shuffling around 200 as the market's helping it hold up, but just be careful and just know that Tesla's looking relatively weak. It's still kind of red, despite the fact that SPY and the others are pumping, and Tesla's not looking the best. We need a catalyst for this thing to break out. We haven't really gotten that yet, so we'll see how it does. But be careful, guys. Tesla does have a risk of falling more. Watch your levels, look at the head and shoulders, and do what you have to do. With that being said, thank you for listening. I'll see you guys very soon on the next one. Thank you and peace out.